Hyderabad. So he served more than 20 years in various capacities. At the time of retirement, he was working as a science manager. So presently he is a teacher, educationalist, environmentalist, and a meditation teacher and whatnot. So I am a little bit shocked while seeing his educational qualification. He has completed his MSc, MPhil, PhD, LLB, MBA, MS and whatnot. So let us hear from you. So please take your floor.
Namaskaram to each one of you. I was just going through the list of participants we have from SAC, SHAR, ISAC, NRSC, ADRN. I think from my parent organizations people are not there. I have 3-4 subjects given and I think my note is also circulated, which was given maybe some 3-4 years back in the same part. Okay. I have to cover interpersonal relationship, stress management, and then what? Motivation, communication skill development. This is what I do for last 10 years. So there are 2 options. We can go on lecture or we can go on practical sessions. Which one you prefer? Practical sessions. Okay. How many of you want to get punishment from me? Any objection in punishing you? Anybody has? Okay. See, there are few vacant chairs here, right? And people prefer going back and sitting. Why? So it's reserved for. So they are VIPs. Good. How many of you, now there are 33. How many of you know all the 33 people who can name and point? Name and the person. Now you are already here 3 days, right? 3 days, how many of you can identify all the others? Anyway, self is fine, 32. How many of you can? No? 20, I will bargain. How many can identify 20? Good. 2. Only 2? Then come forward. You must call by name and identify person. Okay. If those people who are getting identified should stand up and say hi. Okay. Start.
That is Johnny sir. He is from ISAC.
Louder.
No, not reading the name tags, sir. He is reading the name tags.
All of you put the name plates on top. ఇప్పుడు వద్దమ్మా, టైం అయిపోయింది. నాకు అన్ని భాషలు తెలుసు.
He is Pasi sir. He is from SAC.
He is from
SAC.
Louder, amma. What's your name?
Reshmi Manigandan. I am from LPS.
LPS. Okay. Reshmi
Manigandan.
Manigandan. Okay. Manigandan is who?
My father.
Okay, which father?
Then he is NS Pillai sir. He is also from SAC. Then he is Kuhika sir. He is also from SAC. That is
Louder.
Padma ma'am. She is from
What is his name?
Kuhika.
Kuhika.
Surname.
Okay.
Kuhikar, Kishore Kuhikar.
So you are from SAC. So Gujarati.
He's a Maharashtrian.
Maharashtra.
That
That's
is
why you had a doubt. That's why I asked.
That is Padma ma'am. She is from NRC.
NRC Patna. Which division?
Accounts.
Accounts. Okay. By mistake you have seen me somewhere? No?
That is Rajeshri ma'am. She is also from NRC.
Which division?
Finance division.
Finance division.
Then
Finance people don't see anywhere, I think. So they don't see people. Good.
that is Jayan.
You are from SAC, right? I was in SAC 89-90 with the Srivastava.
Yes, sir. This is also.
PK Srivastava.
Dr. PK
PK Srivastava.
PK.
We used to make joke. Srivastava PK आया. Office में PK आया. क्या कैसे?
Now he is DD.
Deputy Director.
Deputy Director.
So you are in SAC, sir?
I was in SAC in 89-90. 89-90 with the Srivastava and Majumdar was the
Yes, KL
Kantilal Majumdar.
KL Majumdar.
मैं area office में.
I I was at remote sensing. TP Srinivasan is there.
4109. In area of it.
Then that is Jayant. He is from ISRO headquarters.
ISRO headquarters, I was with the PP and PM. With the EK Kutti sometime. 8 months I worked in ISRO headquarters.
Then on to the back is Varalakshmi ma'am. She is also from ISAC.
She has given some varam? No.
Then next to her is Parinida ma'am. She is also from ISAC. Then
Varalakshmi is from where?
Isaac, sir.
Isaac. Okay. How come Telugu valu ikkada?
No, I'm not.
Telugu. Not Varalakshmi is a common name in Telugu. Yeah, that's it.
that is Gauri Shankar sir. He is also from Shah. Then
Who is Gauri Shankar?
that is Vijay ma'am. She is from VSSC.
VSSC. Okay. Which is the place which I have never seen. VSSC I never had a chance to. Eh? Yeah, but there are security gates.
On to the left of her is Manju. She is also from VSSC. On to the right of Vijay ma'am is Anita ma'am. She is from VSSC.
Anita ma'am, stand up. No?
Then on to the right of Anita ma'am is Mary. She is also from VSSC.
हिंदी मेरी और मलयालम मेरी. वो आप नहीं बोल सकते ना मेरी है मेरी.
Then that is Shankar sir. He is from VSSC. This is Bindu ma'am. She is from LPSC. Then this is Sheila ma'am. She is from MVIT.
What is that?
MVIT.
What is that?
Yes.
Okay. So you have a separate entity.
Vertical direction.
Okay, fine.
Then this is Sriraj. He has just joined LPSC as assistant. Then that is Susha Kumari ma'am. She is from VSSC. That is Sharada ma'am. She is in my section accounts LPSC.
Or you are in her section. Who is senior?
That is ma'am is senior.
So you should say that I am with her, not that she is with me. See, I remember once one of my student sent me a photograph who interviewed one of the greatest poet in Kerala, ONV Kuru, because that was the project which I gave for M.Ed in Malayalam. And she has sent me a photograph saying, ONV Kurupu with me. I don't want to scold her, so I kept quiet. But when I got a chance to have a photograph with Prime Minister of India, and we were standing together, and that photograph I have sent to her saying that Prime Minister of India with me.
And that is Vijay Kumar sir. He is from VSSC. Then that is Beena. She is also from VSSC.
So how many of you?
Then next is Loganath sir.
So you know all names. That's fine. Okay, fine, good. Now the real game comes. What is her name? What is her name? This is what interpersonal relationship. It was not to test her, it was to test all of you. Having said all the names, you were all listening that, but what are we doing? And in which I made a few jokes like Varalakshmi. Right? Therefore, all of you know Varalakshmi's name. Yes or no? Is it not? So whenever you listen somebody's name, make a joke, repeat it yourself, try to call, and that's the best way to remember. Okay? And everybody loves their own names. If somebody called you by name, you will love them. Yes or no?
Yes.
So the easiest way to get somebody in your trap is to call by name. And how do you? Only when you can recollect and remember the name. And how can you do that? When you listen, anyway you are sitting here, right? No other job? Somebody was repeating the name. That's why I wanted you to be louder. They have to get identified themselves. But what are you doing? You have a good brain. Do you think you have a problem in remembering numbers and names? Do you have? You have a good brain. God is gifted you with the best brain, but we don't use it. Why? What is there? Why should I? Is it not? The interpersonal relationship is the art where you have got an intimacy with the people. Many people, even at home, if you are good in office, you are good in home. If you are good in home, you are good in office. Even at home, there are a lot of people, we keep saying in interpersonal relationship, there is a big elephant in the house. As if there is a big elephant, one person is standing here, another person is standing there, they cannot see each other. They don't communicate, they don't talk. No, they will not even look at their faces. Sometime maybe after 20 years of marriage, you will have to look at your wife's face and say, oh, this is my wife. Hardly people look at each other right today. Very rarely get time to look at each other. You keep saying when somebody serves you food, what do you look at? Look at the food but not the person. Yes or no? How many of you will look at the face of the person who is serving you? Let it be your husband or wife or mother or kid or somebody. Look at them and then say it's good. You know the happiness which they have? Is it not? We will look at, if it is chapati, we will look at the chapati and then, this is more important, the person who is giving you is more important. And you know the person who serves you will look at your face to see how you will react. Every fellow who serves in the hotel also, because I teach in hotel management, how to become a good chef, I teach them. So when you look at somebody, they feel happy. And people have problem. When I teach marketing, they keep asking, where should we look at? Which part of the body we should look at? The best part of the body to look at, to get people adapted to you, is in between the eyebrow and the nose. This place. This is called the Ajna Chakra. If you look at somebody on this corner, where this nose and the eyebrow joins, that's the place where it's called the Ajna Chakra. That's where we hypnotizes people. We can take you off from that place. It's also called Ajna Chakra. Okay, all the decisions comes from Ajna Chakra. Aurobindo did a lot of research on identifying the Atma and the body relation, in which he ended up saying the you in you, that means Atma is not me. When I say this is my pen, with the same attitude I will say this is my hand. An outside particle and the body part is also identified the same. So the question is, whose hand is this? Whose pen is this? In the same style we can ask, whose hand is this? So we say it's my hand. Where is this mine? Where is this me? Is the question. You end up saying, I am the Atma. I am the Atma. Atma in Bharatiya Shastra is somewhere in between the center of the heart. Hridaya Guhara Madhye Kevalam Brahma Matram. Inside the Hridaya there is a Brahma, and that is what is Atma. But Aurobindo's research says, physical body you cannot touch here and say, if you start asking whether I am close to this or I am close to this, then we will say this place is closer to me. Knowingly you don't do that. Unknowingly, if somebody is doing this, they will end up in saying this is me. That means this is the closest part in our body to my Atma. Therefore, if you look at somebody at that point, we can take them into your hand. So whenever you talk to people, at least once look at their center of, I am sure I must have looked at each one of you at least once. And therefore you will start concentrating. When you look concentrating to me, the word concentration means a lot. The concentration means a lot. Most of the people, I am a psychotherapist. Many people come to me with the problems of concentration. I am into academics now. Must have spoke to more than 6 lakhs of students and more than 3 lakhs of teachers. That's my credit. So when we go to most of the engineering colleges or medical colleges or maybe primary schools, that's where I teach. Many students will come and tell me that I am not able to concentrate. It's a normal problem. When you read the file, you don't concentrate. When you sit here, you are not concentrating. Yes sir. Somebody is trying to call the name, but you don't concentrate. When you sit in the classroom, you are looking at me, but may not be concentrating. You must be thinking, oh, I should have had masala dosha in the morning. Why did I had dosha? Somebody in the opposite table was eating idli. That would have been better. All that is what you are thinking now. Or maybe you will think, what is going to be for lunch? Right? At the time of lunch, you will think, oh, the class was different. I should have concentrated. Is there for all of you? Concentration problem? Tell me how many of you have concentration problem? Then only I should talk about that, right? not almost all of us. All of us have got all the time. See, not having concentration is not a big trouble because your brain is working, you keep thinking. A person who thinks more will have less concentration. A person who don't think will have good concentration. But if you don't think, having concentration is also useless. Right? So it's a big contradiction. But I'm sure none of you have concentration problem. It's not a trouble. It's not a problem. I'm sure not even single person in this world have got a concentration problem. Don't you see movies? You see movies, right? Yes. 2 hours you see movie? Is anyone here or anyone in the world probably have left the ticket saying that I am not able to concentrate in this? Does it happen? Does it happen or not? Your brain is so brilliant, it can concentrate perfectly in a movie. 2 hours, 2.5 hours. Even if you are feeling hungry, you will forget about it. Only after the movie is over, you will start thinking about food. If you have severe headache, you sit in a cinema theater, you will forget about your headache. Once you come out, your headache will come back. Yes or no? But you sit in a class, if you don't have headache, you will start getting headache, right? See, why does it happen? Because cinema is interesting and the classes or the office is not interesting. So concentration is directly proportional to the interest which you have. How can you be a good communicator where you can get the interest of people? Then nobody will have a problem in concentration. I remember talking to 3,800 10th class students to guide them for 10th class in Anandapur. I got few volunteers in Anandapur. Most of the engineering students are my students. So I had few volunteers in Anandapur. I told them I will guide students for 10th class exam, gather them. When I said, I thought they will be able to gather 600 people or 700 people maximum. When I landed in Anandapur, I saw it's like a big mela. 3,800 students. I started morning 8 o'clock. The session started at 8 o'clock in the morning and it ended up at 3 o'clock. No lunch break. Not even a single fellow out of 3,800 had looked back or side. All the 3,800 will be on my face. You show a movie, how many of them will turn left, right, but in a classroom, how many of them will look like this? And you say that you have no concentration because it's a problem in you. It's not your problem. What is the problem? Assume your class is being taken by Salman Khan or who is your favorite actor? Amir Khan, yeah. Amir Khan, what will happen? Lot of muscles for him or what? See, you will start looking at very gazefully, right? You cannot take your eyes out. You know, when you see a movie, in 1 second you are seeing 100 frames. I am from image processing, that's my job. So 100 pictures are coming in front of you in 1 second, if it's a highly digital quality movie. I am also into movie making. Odavil Unikrishn's movie documentary I have just produced one movie by Rupesh.
So where do you have the time, sir? You seem to
24 hours. I am not as busy as Manmohan Singh. See, people, you keep saying that I am too busy. He also have 24 hours. You also have 24 hours. Who is working more?
He has so many people to do of the task, sir.
No. See, people have sufficient time. Many people keep talking about time management. I never give a lecture on time management. I never give a lecture on time management because time cannot be managed because it's not in your control. What can be managed is your activity. Okay, it's interesting to be in different field. Okay, that's why I could become one of the guests with Oman government, where Amitabh Bachchan, Sanjay Dutt, Rasul Pukuti, Major Ravi, Dr. Shashi. Only 5 members for me. Okay, so it's a proud privilege where you start indulging your hand. But do you have concentration? Yes. There, yes. I see 40 movies in 30 days sometime. I have sufficient time. Free. No much job. No. Anyway, retired now. Right? But you should have interest, then you have concentration. 100 frames will come in the And in 1 minute you get 100 into 60. 6,000 pictures are coming in front of you. In an hour, 60 into 6,000. 3,60,000 pictures are coming in front of you. And every movie is minimum 2 hours. Right? 7,20,000 frames, pictures are coming in front of you in 2.5 hours. Forget about 20,000. 7 lakhs frames are coming in front of you in 2 hours. Take one picture and you make a poster on the road. How much time you will take to recollect? Oh, this poster from this movie. Do you think your brain is bad? Brahma will not create a human being with a less brain. 1/10 of the weight is in the brain. That's why when people fall, they fall on the head down. And when somebody falls and say that his left hand is fractured, I say congratulations. You know why? If somebody has fallen from first floor and his hand is not broken, that means head injury will be. That's why I say congratulations. Okay, so the head comes first because head weight is nearly 1 ton and people have more head weight than the real head. Okay, add more on that. When they fall, they will fall very thorough. So don't keep head weight. Okay, be cool, simple. Now the concentration is not a big issue. Only thing, you should have an attachment and a detachment. I said people should have good relationship. Yeah, I should remember about my wife, but not in the classroom. You should get detached from there, come here, get attached. That's what Bhagavad Gita says. You can do well, your karma can be fantastic only when you have a detachment and attachment added to that. When you don't get detached and attached, you will have a problem. You have a very bad day in the house. As you come in the office, you will show all that you are subordinate. Right? Why do you show anger to somebody else? Can you tell me?
You expose the.
That's because you are not happy. If you are happy, you can never show unhappiness to anybody else. What you have only can be given. Yes or no? If you are happy internally, wherever you go, you will show happiness. If you are internally unhappy, wherever you go, you will show unhappiness. Purne manasi sampurnam jagat sarvam sudhadravaihi upana gudapadasya nanu charma strutaiva bubuhu. Ramayana says. The first psychic patient was Rama, Lord Rama himself. You know Rama, right? Sita's husband. And he was a psychic patient because once somebody gets educated, he thinks his father is useless. That's what happens. Most of the people, when they get educated, they think the other fellow is useless. Yes or no? I have a small book which is called Life Made Simple. It's my book. Okay, this is a discussion between me and my students on Orkut. Orkut is a active site. Okay, which I call them as netizens, not citizens, netizens. So my netizen friends keep asking me a lot of questions. So if you open this book, any page, astrology is a signboard. So I write my comment. And then somebody will ask me one question. And that question answer is also given. Some things are not answered because not answerable. Love account. There are a lot of accounts people, right? And who can open an account in a bank? I was a trainer for State Bank of all the State Bank in Hyderabad. We have got a training center. So I was induction training. I used to teach for last 15 years. I teach accountancy, I keep bookkeeping, I teach most of the subjects in commerce also. Now I have got 3 students for MCOM and BCom. I am staying in an old age home now. I am with the Shobha developers as a consultant now. So I am staying in an old age home in Thrissur and Palakkad. I am not that old. I stay there and we have a lot of young widows and a lot of staff there, 100 staff. So the first thing what I have done, I just joined 3 months back. The first thing what I have done is all of them have to study in some or other course. If you have failed BCom, rejoin for BCom. If you have passed BCom, join for account. Okay? If you are 10th class failed, join for 10th class. If you finished 10th class, join for 12th. Because academic empowerment is my motto. So I teach most of the people. They will ask, who will teach me? I said, I will teach you. Okay? So here, I talk about love account. how do people get in contact with the people? You can open an account. Now I have an open account with all of you. What is the investment which I give? Just few words. Nothing else, right? Did I spend any money? But I have an account with each one of you now, because each one of you know me. Where I have opened the account? In your heart, not in the brain. All accounts get opened in the heart. Now people have confusion about heart. Where is heart? Some people have a confusion. Inside it is there. Somebody has already given to someone, finished. No.
But sir, you have asked
Yeah, brain is not everything. That's what I am trying to say. Now you have a confusion about heart. I have got a poetry. This is my poetry book, 27 points. Okay, in which the open heart surgery, there is a poetry. Me as a poet gets a heart attack, and the doctor says, I will open your heart. I said, don't open my heart because there are a lot of secrets inside. Okay, many people think that heart is where we keep the emotions and feelings. The British people don't understand. The English is entirely different from our mother tongue. All Indian languages know what is manas. Okay? So therefore when we say buddhi, thinking, all of you thought that thinking happens in brain, right? Is it not? Thinking does not happen in brain. Thinking happens in manas. Because I want to eat. Who says? The buddhi says or the manas says? Manas says. So the first eating requirement comes from manas. What do you want to eat? You will say ice cream. Correct? You want to eat ice cream. Then the buddhi will say, don't eat, because last week you ate, you had a sore throat. Who will tell this? That brain is. Because brain is the place we keep a lot of data sets. Lot of information is collected and kept. That's like your hard disk, memory. All file structure is there inside this. But does it work without a software? So when you switch on the computer, what is on? The software is on. If software is not there, the hardware cannot pick up nothing can be picked up from the hardware, right? And you have an input and output device. What is the input output device? The screen, mouse, tablet, etc. All input output device is your indriya. And the hard disk is this, where the information is collected and kept. All the pictures are collected and kept here. But before going into this, it goes into the software. Where is software? Can you locate where is software, please? Can you show this is software? No. Okay, this runs all throughout. It's there in the mouse? Yes. It's there in the screen? Yes, it's there everywhere. Like our heart is there everywhere. Don't see that heart is somewhere it just pumps. In Kerala it is entirely different. Kerala, everything is different. Kerala people have a big problem. Kerala and Kerala. You know what is Kerala in English? Liver ache. If somebody asks me liver ache, my liver. Okay, liver is why? Because in Kerala, chemistry change is very different in body. Kerala people have a different chemistry. That's why they become violent, non-acceptable to people. Everything they will see in a different angle. Doshaika drikku. Everything they will see with only doshaika drikku. Only bad things they will see generally. That's because the chemistry is like that. You want to become happy, your happiness and unhappiness depends on the chemistry of the body. Very simple. Your chemistry will determine why some people are always sad like this. Why some people are very happy. Because the chemistry is good or bad. How do you change your chemistry? During manufacture some chemistry is given. That cannot be changed. But you can always change your chemistry. What is the best way to change your chemistry? No, but attitude depends on the chemistry, ma. That's why people stay in the large queue in the evenings in the place where they get one peg. Chemistry is changed. A happy man will start crying. A crying man he will stop. No, a non-talking person he will be keeping somewhere. Give him one peg, he will start giving lectures. Somebody who gives lecture, give one peg, he will sit in a corner. So the whole behavior pattern depends on the chemistry what you have in your body. You can change the chemistry. But what will happen? That goes into your... No, it does not. Where it does go? It goes into your liver because liver is the chemical factory in your body. Right? So when you change the chemistry, that's why in Kerala people change chemistry to change behavior. But what you said is correct. The attitude has to change. The heart has to change. If you change your heart, your attitude will become very good. Everything depends on your manas. That's what Ramayana says. It's not based on your education, not based on your eating pattern. It also depends on your eating pattern. It also depends on the food what your mother ate at the time of pregnancy. You have 3 kids will have different character. Only reason is the time at the pregnancy, what mood, or the having sex during the time. At the conceiving day, what mood which you had and what food you have taken will have a influence on the character of the children. It exactly matches. And if you are more worried, the kid will have more worry. And the mother and the kid will have a lot of biorhythm pattern. If the mother is worried, kid will be worried. If mother is happy, kids are happy. Very simple. And this character can be slightly, this is called a character, but behavior can be changed. There are 2 different patterns. One is character, one is behavior. A police never becomes a police by birth. They are given a uniform and they are put in the police group, they become a police. Right? Once they put uniform, they become police. Once they come back, the wife will become police. They have to have the uniform and the pattern, they will become that. Everybody knows how to behave in different places in different style. That knowledge is essential for good relationship. But what happened, people, when they get educated, they will behave entirely different. Some people. That's why Rama was behaving entirely different when he got educated. I have a small, realize now you are not late. A small writing. Okay? At 4 years, my daddy is great. Every 4-year kid will say that my daddy is great. Mother also. Okay? 6 years, my daddy knows everybody. 10 years, my daddy is good but short-tempered. 12 years, my daddy was very nice to me when I was young. Okay? 14 years, my daddy is getting fastidious. 16 years, my daddy is not in line with the current times. 18 years, my daddy is becoming increasingly cranky. 20 years, oh, it's becoming difficult to tolerate daddy. I wonder how mother puts up with him. Okay? 25 years, daddy is objecting to everything. 30 years, it's becoming difficult to manage my son. At 30 years, this boy gets a son. He thinks how difficult it is to manage a kid. Then he realizes when at 60 years, when this fellow has got a kid of that age, of middle age, teenage, he feels, oh, my daddy is great. So it takes 56 years to complete the cycle. So realize your father now before it becomes too late. So as people have this problem, Lord Rama also had the problem. He said, my father is not a good king. He doesn't know how to rule the country. And then he called the psychiatrist. The first psychiatrist was Vasishtha. Okay, Dr. Vasishtha. And his book is Yoga Vasishtha, first psychology book. He says, Purne manasi sampurnam jagat sarvam sudhadravaihi upana gudapadasya nanu charma strudaiva bhuhu. Wherever I go, I want a leather carpet. Is it possible? Wear a chappal. Very simple. Vasishtha says, wear a leather chappal. Wherever you go, you get. You want to see happiness everywhere? Who don't want happiness in this world? Everybody wants happiness, right? You want to be happy? Just be happy. Very simple. You want somebody to love you? Give love. If you are a beggar, no beggar become rich in this world. People keep on, please love me, please love me. No, nobody will love you. Right? The quality in a person is dependent on the way he behaves with the people. If you know how to behave properly with the people, your quality improves. How do you improve it? Not a single day you cannot change. Build that character inside. Essentially, that's what is required. If anybody is asked, what is that you want? People, what they will ask? You want money? Everybody wants money, right? Do money give you happiness? Arjide dukkam Vaye dukkam dhanam sarvatra dukkadam. As getting you become unhappy, spending you become more unhappy. Yes or no? How much you paid for the saree? 500. Gone ma. 300 rupees Hyderabad. Yeah. Gone 200 rupees. Heart attack will come. If somebody says, yeah, very good, yeah, it cost 1000 rupees, she will very happy. Right? Everybody is like this. Assume that you buy tomato for 30 rupees. Okay? When somebody else is buying for 30 rupees, you will feel so happy because he is spending 2 rupees more. Always it is comparative. We always look at comparing people and then say that, oh, I am happy. We must be very happy. Why? Because we have many facilities in this life. Whatever you want, say ice cream you want. Who is satisfied by taking ice cream? Is it the tongue? Or it's me? Who want the ice cream? The me in me. Are you giving ice cream to the heart? Where are you giving this? Stomach do not want ice cream. Stomach never accepts ice cream. No. As it goes inside, the temperature of the body will change the temperature of the ice cream, and from 0 degree it becomes to 20 degree. So the ice cream taste or chillness or cool or the masala taste is only in the tongue at the tip, quarter inch. Some people have long tongue, forget about it. Okay, the small tip. And what nasty mistakes we do to our own body, you see? Just because of the heart. Because we are not directing the heart in the direction which really we are supposed to, we direct it to different directions. Is it not? How many of you eat non-veg? Dead bodies. Pure non-veg, yeah? Yeah. Good people. Mobile cemetery or mobile smashan. Correct, no? All the dead bodies are put there and it is getting digested. Digestion is what? Dahana. Where the dead body is fired, dahana means firing. This is the fireplace. Okay? Where the dead body is fired is called a smashan. So there are mobile smashans. And what do you eat? Dead body. Yes or no? One good prescription for all the people who eat dead bodies. You must eat the best dead body in the world. Which is the best dead body? Dead body was the best animal in the world. Which is the best animal? Human being. Correct, no? Therefore, what you should eat? Nothing wrong. Because once it dies, many people think that I am eating only fish. What do the fish contain? 60% of the fish weight is the blood. Because blood gets clotted inside. So when you eat fish, what are you eating? You are also drinking the blood. Yes or no? You know what will happen to the fish once it is dying? It will lose its breath. Therefore, once somebody holds your mouth like this and you are not allowed to breathe, what will happen? You will die, but you will have suffocation, you will have angry, you will have worry, you will have tension, you will have anxiety. All these will reflect in your blood. Because any character, any disease can be detected by the body chemistry analysis. Therefore, the fish will have all the trouble, and the blood in the fish, every part of the fish will have a chemistry which will reflect in these characters. So once you eat, what you will have? Same tension you will have. Same worriness you will have. Do you like to touch an elephant or a lion? Elephant you don't mind touching, right? Why? Because it's a vegetarian. Lion, so don't touch non-veg people. They may bite you any moment, right? No jokes. Most of the skin disease and the breathing problem, respiratory problem, cough, cold, headache, all these are related to the food what you eat. And those fish eaters have more of breathing problem, more of respiratory problems and skin problem. Don't worry. I was much worse non-vegetarian than any one of you. I was in Hong Kong in 1985 and we had got a mixed meat sandwich. And when I went to see the factory where the sandwich is made, that meat, halwa, And that was with all the dirty animals, dog, snake, frog, everything is put together and they make a nice halwa. We went together with VSSC, who were the people? We had got a long back, there was one Swaminathan, aerodynamics head. So I stayed with him in the same room. Okay, so he was a pakka vegetarian, I was a pakka non-vegetarian. And I used to eat. So I left 25 years back eating non-vegetarian. For last 25 years, I have not seen a single doctor except for teaching. No physical illness for me. I travel extensively. Every day I travel to one to another places. 97 times when I was in Delhi in Cabinet Secretariat, I was the Deputy Director there. 97 times I travelled in 2 years. 2 years we have only 104 weekends, right? So 97 times I travelled to South. So that extensively I travel. Live in different places, not in single place. And no physical illness so far. Just because of the food control. I eat only when I feel like eating. I don't eat for somebody else. No milk. No milk except when somebody gives me tea. I have no option for having black tea. Probably I will take a normal tea with milk. So your food determines your character and food determines your body power. As your body is strong, you feel happy. Most of the people are unhappy because your body is very weak. Assume you have a small stomach problem. You will have uneasiness. Assume you don't go to bathroom and toilet in the normal time. You will become very, very bad. Because you are carrying all the waste in you. Many people don't use toilet because toilet is not clean. But what are you doing? Carrying all the dirt inside you for a safe deposit back at home. Never. Most of the kids, they don't drink water. The biggest problem is not drinking water. Now, in a small 2 panchayat in Kerala, Kerakkanjeri, Vadakkanjeri Panchayat in Palakkad, Alattur nearby district. That's where I am working now. There is only one government high school, which is Kerakkanjeri Government High School. I have picked up 90 children from the 8th class. And I am training them a supplementary education all Saturday and Sunday. And most of the holidays they are with me. You know, the first thing what I gave is a big bottle. And by 2 hours of session, they must finish one full bottle. Not the full Kerala bottle, okay? Drinking half a bottle. Now, if they don't drink, they will not be able to work. Half an hour listening to lecture, learning is equivalent to 3 hours of walking. When you walk 3 hours, don't you drink water? So your chemistry which happens in your brain determines the capability of how much you can absorb inside. So it's essential to keep your body very good because Sharira Manaso Yoga Paraspara Manubrajet Adhara Adeya Bhavena Taptajya Kadayuriva. Charagan says the body and the mind is so related. If you want a strong mind, you need a strong body. How do you have a strong mind? Desire have to be controlled. If somebody asks me, do you like to have tea? Yeah, I can have. Do you want tea? Not required. Do you take tea? Alright, I will take. You really want tea? Not required here. Can you have this detached attachment in the requirement? That person have no desire. Having no desire doesn't mean he don't enjoy. You understood? Having no desire doesn't mean he will not enjoy. He will enjoy. Am I enjoying? Yes, I am enjoying. Do I have a desire? I have a desire. For what? Desire for what to do next? Something greater tomorrow. Do you have a personal desire? No. See, the time you become more selfish, what will happen? You are not a human being. Because social being is being social. Human being is being human. Very simple definition. How do you become human to people? How do you become human to people? Ena kena prakarena yasya kasyavi dehinah sandosham janayat prajnah tadaivam Ishvara pujanam. Ishvara puja is prescribed in Bharatiya Shastra as how, when, where, what you do doesn't matter. Make somebody else happy in your life. Can you do that? That's what is Ishvara puja. And whom should you make happy? Not your neighbors. First at home. I remember Abdul Kalam was asked by someone how to do social service. Is it, did your table clean yourself? Is your room clean? Is your house clean? Then is your neighborhood is clean? Do that first. That is social service. There are a lot of people who serve somebody else but not at home. Right? So what is essentially required is you derive happiness internally, then go external. You yourself cannot control you. Then how can you control somebody else? Yes or no? We keep on saying, no, you have to change, you have to change, you have to change. Some people say, when they come to counseling, they say, no, my wife is not good. Yeah, change the wife. If you cannot change the wife, change the wife. Is it not? Is it possible? Can we change ourselves slightly? Can all of you hold your hands like this and stay for some time? At least hold your hands like this. Done? Yes? Don't change now. Hold it like this. I am not writing your CR, but at least listen to me for this time. Now you see which hand is in the right side? On upper, I have put the right hand, right? How many of you have right hand on the upper side? Some people have left, right? Can you just change this from this to this? Are you comfortable? Very simple definition. You see, I have tied like this, but I am comfortable in both ways because I keep doing this. Either this way or this way make no difference. Some people cannot even change this. See, the testing will not even happen. Why? Because this is correct or this is correct. Both are correct. Why this is comfortable and this is not comfortable? So we practice like this. As simple as that, right? So we have got a path, we practice it and we wanted to do that only, nothing else. But assume you tell somebody else, you should not tie like this, you should tie like this on. Does it make a difference? Does it make a difference? Many people are very strict saying that no, I will accept you only if you become like this. If somebody says I have to be like this to accept, I am not me, I am somebody else. Changing the person, right? Yes sir. Assume at home you kept something here and your daughter or somebody or son goes and then he picks it, it falls down. One good glass of water, it falls down. What you will do? Yeah, nice chance to, you can start scolding, right? Don't you have two eyes? What are you doing? How do you go to manage this in an office? How do you work in a different house? You have to go. How are you going to manage that? All that X, Y, Z, you will say, right? But assume with your hand it falls. What will happen?
Happens.
No, then you will ask, who kept this here? All on a sudden you will change this. Right now? See, this brain is very fast. Absorbing things, it is very fast. Realizing things is very fast. You have a desire to control also, you are very fast. Assume you want to eat ice cream, your brain will say, let him go in bus, no, then I will eat, so that you don't have to pay for it. See, sometimes you are so calculative, all on a sudden you will change. Can we get rid of this and become so social, so casual, and you will have no stress in your life? Your interpersonal relationship will become very clean and people will start loving you. May not you have all the facilities and the comforts which you think you will have, but you will become happy. What is more important? Some people, I used to say that, some people have got good comfort and they are uncomfortably comfortable. You understood? They have every comfort but they are uncomfortable inside that. Some people don't even have anything but they are very happy. They are comfortable. Some people comfortable also. Comfortable, if you split, it becomes comfortable. Okay. Now, assume somebody don't have anything, but still you can have enjoyment. I remember when I went to Calcutta last month for an LIC program, they accommodated me in ITC hotel. ITC hotel, one glass of tea is 250 rupees. Okay? And I had my nephew who is working in Calcutta in a small factory. He took me around. We went for a purchase. And when we were tired, he said, no, we will have tea on the roadside. 2 rupees 50 paise. And the tea which I took in, see, you have to work. Even 250 rupees tea is given, you have to make tea there. There somebody gives you ready-made tea, you know. 2 rupees 50 paise. And you know how tastier is that? It all depends on your mindset. That's why he said Purne Manasi Sampurnam Jagat Sarvam Sudhadravaihi Upana Gudapadasya Nanu Charmastrudaivapu. I was telling Hari when I was coming. Some people are highly negative. I was giving a story to him. It's a well-known story. I don't know, many people must have heard this. Somebody who practiced his own dog for walking on a river. Walking on water. So he has a fun of hunting duck. So he was hunting duck. And the dog will go on top of the water, walking and catch the duck and come. Then he found that no, the practiced dog can do this at any point of time, anywhere. Then he thought he will show this to his friends. So he called a few of his friends. And then he was shooting and the dog was asked to go and the dog went there and then picked up the duck and came. Then he asked the friend, now do you see something? Can you make some comments on this? What is that he expected? He expected that you have a wonderful dog and you have trained well and all that. Oh, then the person said, oh, your dog doesn't know swimming. Very bad. Understood? So this the mind of the people are like that. Whatever good thing you do, they will only see the bad. What do you do? What do you do with them? Accept them as they are and pray that let me not become like that tomorrow. Let me never become like that tomorrow. I used to sit in the worst class. When I was doing my BSc, most of the people used to bug the class. But I used to sit in the professor's class in English. Then my friends used to ask, why are you sitting there? I want to know how suffering it will be to sit in a bad class, so that I will never become a bad teacher in my life. Right? It's an experience. Everything has to be experienced in life. Can you be a good person in this world? And how can you capture people?
Be yourself, sir.
By giving money? By giving food? See, most of the temples and all, most of the religious practices, whether it's in temple or mosque or church, you will see Annadanam, Paramdanam. The best service is giving food. How many of you remember the best feast which you have eaten in your life? I'm sure you will have to think and recollect, right? But I'm sure if somebody asks you which is the best class you attended in your life, you will not have to think twice. It will be in your heart. Annadanam, Paramdanam, Vidyadanam, Adatparam, Annena Kshanika Triptihi, Yavat Jivam Javidya. You give food, breakfast. By the time lunch comes, you will forget about breakfast. Only it has got 4 hours maximum. If it digests more, you will have a problem. You will curse it. If it do not digest also, you will curse it. See, it has to be properly digested. But in education, whatever I say may not get digested or may get digested, but in both cases you will appreciate my class. And this will remain in your life as long as you live. Where your brain is working, heart is working, you will remember about this. Annadanam, Paramdanam, Vidyadanam, Adatparam, Annena Kshanika Triptihi, Yavat Jivam Javidya. And Vidya can never, no other animal. What is the difference between human being and animal? What is the difference? Reasoning. Your dog will reason whether you are a master or an enemy. Practically they will reason. You give a flower, a good flower and a plastic flower. No bees will go closer to plastic flower. Without even going closer, it knows that this is the original one. But human being will have to touch, smell and then either burn it to see whether it is a plastic or a normal. We have less reason. Only difference is no dog will give lecture, no dogs will sit like this. No animal gives lecture, no animals will sit like this. Learning and teaching, that is the only difference between human being and animal. That's why Vivekananda said, education is man-making. The more you get educated, you become a human being. Otherwise, you are animal. Otherwise, you are an animal. As human being or as animal, you will become a human being. Or as human being, you will become an animal. Both are bad. So what is to be done? Really live like a human being by learning and teaching. Share all the knowledge what you have and try to learn as much as you can. That's why I said two things now. Interpersonal relationship, loving people, and also learning. These are the two things which I said. This is what Mahatma Gandhi said. Interact with a person as if that person is going to die next moment. Assume that you believe that your spouse is going to die next moment. Will you get angry? Will you get angry? You will love them so much at the deathbed, right? Why not at the life bed? While living, can't you love people as much as you can? What is the point in loving and crying after death? Love every one of them around you as if they are going to die next moment. That's why in Bharatiya Shastra we have got the vibhuti being put on the forehead. You know why? When you put vibhuti, you are saying, I am going to be like this, please pardon me. So you can never get angry with the people. Deal with the person as if he or she is going to die next moment. How do you deal with them? Deal like that. And Mahatma Gandhi says, learn like a person as if you are going to live longer in this world. You are going to live longer in this world, then you will learn as much as you can. So that's what is essential. So you will not have stress based on the food what you eat. Your interpersonal relationship become better, depend on the food and the character. How do you mold it? We are all like stones, sharp stones once we take birth. As a small kid, you give them everything, whatever they want. If they cry, you give it, right? Generally, otherwise you will change the attention. These two things only you do. Now assume, as the kids start going to the school, there will be two children who want to grab everything. What will happen? They will start fighting. And that fighting is molding them to become a good relation. Molding them to get into good relation. The sharp edge will start cut and then become very smooth. A good person is a person who can deal with anyone like a rolling stone, not with the sharp edges. Some people have sharp edges. Wherever they go, they make pain. No? The more you get grinded, have you seen those nice stones in the river? Pebbles, you know, they become so cute and the person become like that. The more you interact, your personality become better. So interact with the people. Who is the most happiest person? Look around your office. A person who interacts with the maximum person will become the happiest person. And people don't interact, they'll be always like this. The difference between, you have a board?
Yes. Whiteboard is there.
Yeah. You have, can you roll it up?
Marker left.
Okay, otherwise what you can do is draw a circle. You have a paper? This one paper?
So this is a whiteboard.
Yeah, whiteboards in common. You have a marker? Not essential. Okay, fine. The happiness and unhappiness. The difference is only a small difference. What is the difference? What is the difference? Assume when you draw two circles like this and one circle like this. That will give you happiness more. Right? Now you just change this into reverse. You get an unhappy face. The happiness and unhappiness is only the center of point. You can just make some people happy or unhappy just by changing the center of the portion. It's your attitude. You want to change from now? Very simple. Yeah? Start now. Just smile at least. Some people don't even smile at people. Very serious. Right now? Why to smile at them? See, when you smile, 64 muscles only work and you live longer. When you don't smile, 130 odd muscles have to work and you will die faster. A person who is smiling will live longer. And doesn't matter you live longer or not. Nimisham jolidam sreyam nadu dhumayitum chiram. Nimisham jolidam sreyam nadu dhumayitum chiram. It doesn't matter how long you live in this world. But when you live, can you live like a fire? Giving bright light to everybody around you? Or you want to become a smoke? Nadu dhumayitum chiram. Dhuma means smoke. Do you have to live like a smoky person? Not even fire. Show your fire. show your happiness, show your dealings. All people around you must feel, oh, I had a friend like him. When you show your presence, your absence will be felt. There are people live in this world but don't show that they have lived in this world. They will keep reading the newspaper, obituary column, Charamavarta, and see, oh, my photo is not there, so I am not dead. The picture will come only when they die. By living, not done anything in this world. So can you be a different person, making difference to the place where you are living? Be a good mother, be a good official. Now, assume, just this had or happy? Sad. Now just change this. It becomes just one angle difference, nothing else. It's okay. Okay? So you can change your attitude from center change. Perspective has to be changed. Just try. Try 18 days. 19th day you will be alright. The prescription is only 18 days. Why you are unhappy? Why you are unhappy? Many reasons can be written. Why you are happy? You can write many reasons other than. You can find thousands of reasons to be happy. But people will only see reasons for being unhappy. Assume that you are digging a place for gold. Digging a place for gold. How much mud you will remove? Much more than the gold, right? The removing mud is the unhappiness. To see happiness, you will have to remove a lot of unhappiness. But people always look at only mud. What will happen? You can never reach to the goal. So forget about it. My wife is not at all beautiful. Very good. I can leave her in Hyderabad and come. Peacefully I can be here. If she is very beautiful, finished now, the tension will be more. Correct, no? So enjoy. Wife is not beautiful. Enjoy. See, you can find reasons for not. See, when people know, when I travel in train, when people say that the train is late by 8 hours, wonderful, no? Train is not charging extra. 8 hours they carry more. We can use the fan, we can use the water. See, 8 hours if you have to stay in the lodge, how much you have to pay? Is it not? So free of cost. This is not good. When you miss a bus, what is to be done? Be happy. Because when you miss a bus, you get many buses. Once you get into a bus, you miss many buses, which is good. When you miss a bus, what will happen? You get many buses. Once you get into a bus, you miss many buses, which is good.
Sir, but last timing bus, it
Doesn't matter. Next day you will get, no. You got married, no? You lost all the chances. If you are not married, you had lot of chances. Now you have problem. Is it not? Your wife will say husband. Husband bhi ho. Both are correct. And you will say wife is very invited forever. Wife is. But can you make your life interesting? Live in full enjoyment. My book says, live in full enjoyment is life. And how do you live in full enjoyment? Grow like a tree and fall like a river. See, the tree is not planted in the best place. It's planted in the rocky place. You know, the tree which grows in this situation will never fall. It will become very strong. And fall like a river. What is the attitude of a river? Once it flows, if there is a small branch which comes and falls, it will take the branch also along. Assume there is a big branch which stops the river. What it will do? It will try left, right, both, up, down, nothing works. It will have patience. And it will wait until it fills up and then start enjoying. Again, flowing over the law. Can you be like that? Now you don't have promotion. Kya office hai? I am not getting. The other day I was teaching in Mari Chennarandi Institute in Hyderabad, where the state government employees are trained. There are a lot of officers, superintendent of police, a lot of commissioners, superintendent of many of the hospitals. All of them have single complaint. You know what is that? No promotion. I said, good, yeah, they are not promoting. Leave the job and try some other job. No, sir, once you leave the job, you will not get anything. So you know you are useless. Yes or no? See, you know you are good. You can get another job. Assume that you feel you cannot get another job. What you will have to do? Stay there, yeah. I came to Calicut University as Director of Academic Staff College. I came for the interview. When I came for the interview, 3 vice chancellors will be there. I know what is going to be the constitution of the interview board. We know who will be the interview board. So 3 vice chancellors have to be there. That's a UGC rule. And 1 expert has to be there and somebody else has to be there. I went for the interview. I never expected, because first time from a scientist post, somebody is coming to university as an academic staff college without even having a single day teaching experience. I only have this guest lecture experience. I keep on lecturing in this topic in different universities. 17 universities I was guest professor during that time. I went there, seeing the biodata, they called me. And the vice chancellor, Calicut University, was a fantastic scientist. His name was a glaciologist by himself. And seeing him was something great for me, because I was working in the glacier field in the, from my office using satellite image. That analysis was my job. And I went there. He asked me, why did you come for the job, leaving a government job? Sir, 2 mistakes. First thing, I have not left my job. When you appear for interview, do you leave the job and come? Sir, first mistake. Second mistake, I came for interview, not for job. Do you think, or have you decided to give me the job? And he said, okay, this is a different nut. It cannot be bolted like this. And he said, sorry, why did you come for interview? I said, nice chance, sir. 3 vice chancellors in front of me. Only 150 rupees fees. Can you imagine 3 vice chancellors sitting in front of you for 150 rupees application form? I was so jovial, because I am sure I am not going to get the job. See, there are 2 things which you can enjoy in life. I used to enjoy all exams. People used to ask me, why are you writing exams? I have written many other exams also, but I have not finished them. I have also written Madurai Kamaraj University, MA Philosophy. I just write it. Last paper I have not written because there was some other lecture. So 2 options, either writing lecture or this. I prefer lectures. You know, if you know everything, you enjoy writing. Is it not? Because you can write 60-70 pages. Let the teachers read and enjoy. See, otherwise they don't read what we write. No, that's the only chance where you can make them to read. Right? Second thing, if you don't know anything, very good. You see around the people are sweating and you can enjoy it. So it's the way you look at life. Why do you want all the time, no, the life is terrible? See, in Kerala especially people say. Gujarat, no, very good. Maja mein. All are in maja. Balu ache in Bangla. But once you come to Karnataka, jaragatai ide. No, it got going on like this. In Karnataka, nadita ide, alva? Any Kannadigas? No Kannadigas? Hegide life? Chennagidare. Every generally people say nadita ide. Nadita. If you go to Tamil Nadu, ippadiye pogaradu. And Kerala, ingane ponu. Endine ingane ponu nurti kuda pani. Why don't you stop this, yeah? Why you want to go like this? Going on like this. Why to go like this? Stop it now. And what do? Assume that you say going on like this. Your husband and wife both say that going on like this. Relatives, mother and father says going on like this. And your kid also will say going on like this. You ask your son or daughter after getting married, how is life going on like this? Do you enjoy? What is that they wanted? What do you expect them to say? What do you expect them to say? Enjoying, right? They have never heard this word enjoying life. They have only heard suffering life. How do they enjoy life? Can't you make a difference? Can't you say that I am enjoying life? With all the facility which you have, if you don't enjoy, what is that we are doing? Enjoy every moment in life. If you don't enjoy now, you are not going to not enjoy tomorrow. Enjoy, no? What's the problem? So enjoy every moment. That's the only way to reduce your stress. If something happens, see the glass is fallen, it is broken. What do you say? Enjoy. You will get a new one. Otherwise in Diwali or in Vishu, you will use a padak for 40 rupees and you fire it. Sometimes it does not make sound also. Everybody smiles. Here it's only 3 rupees, or maybe in some time earlier, no, during your marriage somebody has presented a glass. It's fallen, it's good now. Why can't you enjoy? So today what do? Go home, take a glass, drink it. Can't you? Instead of that, you start scolding. If it is a Sunday, finished full day. If it is just before going to office, I will give you after coming back. Why? For whom? For 3 rupees glass. And you say, no, this is setting examples, I will teach you what to do. And having all the scolding got in your life from your parents, did you become perfect? Do you think by scolding somebody, the scolding is just because you are unhappy internally? Assume it happens on the marriage day or some function is happening on the day. Will you scold? Assume it happens from my hand. Don't worry, I am not going to come to your house. By mistake, I come to your house. And from my hand, when I am holding the glass, it falls. What you will say? No problem, no glass, no, it generally breaks. You can become so polished to an outsider, but you cannot become polished to your insider. Can't you? Just love them. You tell the child, that doesn't matter, it breaks. You know the happiness which they will have? The relation is getting spoiled because the way you react. Just change your relation. Say no problem. Just say no problem. Louder. Say no problem.
No problem.
Louder.
No problem.
Whatever happens, can you say no problem?
No problem.
You are driving a scooter. You hit somebody. You say no problem. They may hit you. Again you say no problem. See, there is no point in scolding. There is no point in getting agitated. Is there any point in that? See, I don't know how many of you have driven in Allahabad. I have driven in many cities. Drive in Allahabad. Definitely your vehicle will get a scratch. Some vehicle will hit you. Without that you cannot drive half kilometers. You know what happens? They scold each other. As soon as they scold, chalo baba, koi baat nahi, chalo. But in here in Kerala, no, there is small scratch, one hairline scratch is enough, finished. I keep seeing it. How enjoy, no? They really enjoy fighting. Total jam for just one. See, I don't repair my car and scooter. You know what happens? I keep on hitting. Let somebody hit me. Once you repair only, you will have a problem. The first day when you wear a nice dress, you will have a problem. Second day, you can sit anywhere. Friday evening, see, Monday morning everybody is very clean. Friday evening, finished. It's all setting mind. Just take as casual as you can. I'm not trying to say be casual in your activities. Unnecessary things we concentrate more instead of concentrating on the real requirement. Just concentrate on what is that you want instead of all the other peripheral things. You just forget about it. Define what is enjoyment for you. Do you want to enjoy now and suffer tomorrow? Or do you want a long-term enjoyment? The long-term enjoyment comes only when you do things which tells yourself, I have not done anything wrong. Because the biggest enemy is you yourself to you. Uddharet atmanatmanam atmanam avasadhet atmaiva hyatmano bandhu atmaiva ripuratmanaha. Bhagavad Gita. It says, a person who becomes happy is a person, the Atma is the real Atma. Chitta Chaitanyam, Tejas, life force, energy, aura, or whatever you call that. And your manas is the external dealings. Behavior comes from the manas. Can you take the manas to the Atma level internally? Take the manas internally. And whatever you do is sanctioned by your Atma. Most of the time whatever we do is never sanctioned by our Atma. And that is why we are unhappy. We cannot justify ourselves. Talking to someone, keeping the phone down, you will say, oh, I should not have told like that. After giving a lecture, just coming out, oh, I should have told that, I have forgotten that. What you have to say, you will not tell. What you should not tell, you will tell. You give something, you will say, I should not have given. Not giving, you will feel, one beggar comes to your house, you say, not given. Then the full day tension, I should have given something. What you wanted to do, you will not do. Because you are not listening to your heart. That time the buddhi will say no. Now one of your colleagues met with an accident. The first feeling is what? I was going to see him in the hospital. He is in ICU, no? Anyway, I cannot see him, he cannot see me. Why should I go? Nice explanation we will give. Do you do the same explanation when your daughter, mother, father, brother, spouse or somebody goes? You will run, right? Because you have a justification on the relationship. If there is justification, why do you feel you want to go first? And then you will say, anyway he is going to come back, I will see him in the office. And I will tell him that day, there was some urgent file to be sent. This urgent file manipulation is all because if I had to go, 100 rupees and office one day casually, why all this trouble, forget about it. Let him come back. What is the guarantee he will come back? He may become Krishna Rama Govinda, from there itself goes. What will happen? The whole life you will think, oh, I should have gone, I should have gone. Is it not? Don't you have in your life such instances?
Yes, sir.
But if you feel like going, you don't go. And life is a balance. I must go for a marriage. And second time you think, why should I go for a marriage? What is that? I don't even have some nice sari to show. Right? No? See, you find many reasons for not going. What is marriage? The other day somebody was asking, what is marriage? I said, it's only a social meeting, gathering together. You meet a lot of people, nothing other than that. If you don't have such celebrations, what is life? So you need to have celebrations in life, enjoyment in life. And when you go for a marriage, you stay like this. Let somebody come and talk to you. But you don't go to anybody. Why can't you go and talk to people as much as you can? So that relation building is what is required for a social being. When I travel, sometimes somebody sits beside me. I keep asking, what are you doing? Then he says, I am doing business. What business you do? I keep on learning everything from him. Then he says, oh, you also do a prawn fishing? See, if he is doing some prawns cultivation, at the end of the discussion, after half an hour, you are also doing prawn fishing? Then no. No, as if that interest which I show is that as if I am doing the same business. See, if I cannot show that interest, he will never tell me that, right? Can you learn every bit of your life? You can learn many things. Keep talking to people here. Now people will say, no, why should I talk to him? Why should you talk to him? To learn. The best way to experience is discussing, learning. Learn as much as you can through interaction. Only human being can do this. And what do? During the whole discussion, you are learning. Instead of that, what you do generally? Wasting time. You understood? That's a way to realize life. Have interest in most of the subjects which you have. That's why we have got a basic education with every subject as learning. But what we do? We go into, that's what a PhD is. When you do PhD, you know more and more about less and less. Only little you know, but you are supposed to know more and more about it. But if you extend it, you will become, less and less will become nothing. More and more will become everything. You will know everything about nothing. And you become most useless fellow. PhD is permanent head damage. Perspiration, humiliation, degradation. Very difficult to pass. Passed with high difficulty is PhD. Okay, so it's not life. Life is entirely different. What is life? How to live. That's what I teach now. I teach people to how to live, how to communicate, how to be happy. You may be the highest, but if you are not happy, finished. There is no point in being happy without achieving anything. That's also must. You must know that you can achieve something and achieve the highest. And also be happy then. And jump for the next. Look for next. Never get satisfied. Never get satisfied, but always be happy. There are two things. Never get satisfied, but always be happy. But if you become satisfied and unhappy, that is what happens to most of the people. No, promotion not required. Why to go from this place? This is a good place. And you don't take chances. And you are happy? I am not happy. Anyway, I have taken birth, let me live. And what do? You produce another two unhappy fellows. Is it not? Make them happy. That's more essential. So can you generate a life where you have a skill to live. What is skill? Living skill. Life skill. That's what is required. And can I have a soft skill? Where nice talking. At least at home, talk to people. Recently I went to a small school and asked, what is your father's name? He said Pandarakar. Then what is your mother's name? Moodevi. Why? Because that is how mother and father generally call each other. Kya life hai? Can't you be happy and enjoy the life? Very easy. Nimisham jolidam shreyam nadu dhumaitum chiram. Learn. And everybody cannot be good in everything. The last sloka in this book is the management principles, in which amandram aksharam nasti nasti moolam anaushadam ayogya purusho nasti yojagaha tatra durlabhaha. That's the best management principle to be learned. In your office also, if you see somebody does lot of work, somebody does not good job. I was the person who compiled MPR Panikar's HRD report for ISRO. The extensive study for 3.5 years, interviewing most of the senior people and the present people. He went to every center and took lot of information, put them together, and then I was idle there that time. After scientist job, what he will do? So I thought I will start collecting all the information from him. Started reading at night. Next day morning I will give him a report. Every day he used to collect all the reports and then made it into a tabular form, and that is what is given as an HRD report. And that's where I started my interest in MBA and took my MBA, for which doing a project I went to headquarters and then did the knowledge management. With Sridhara Murthy I had a combined publication for IEEE magazine, and all I keep flowing wherever I can flow. So whenever there is an opportunity I catch them. That's what I did. And I just learned. That's why I know ISRO much better than most of the people. I know every in and out. Every rule positions, every activity I know, what happened, all the history I know. I learned it thoroughly. I learned. So when I was doing that, I've seen people who come out and say that, what is that you are doing in your life? Just leave the office, then what do you do? Prepare for somebody else to do, you have to hand it over to somebody else. No commitment. How many ISRO senior most people who serve ISRO is great want their children to be in ISRO? Tell me. How many of the senior most scientists in so-called ISRO who are all privileged, proud people kept their children in ISRO? Huh? Very, very less, because they did not get anything else. Very rarely people opt for them. This is not the first option at all. Why? Why? And Abdul Kalam keeps saying Department of Space is the best organization. Ask a question, why did he left at 18 years? He was not a Department of Space for more than 18 years. After 18 years he went to Department of Defense. Why Gavarikar left? Why Yashpal left? Yashpal was in SAC, but he was not director of SAC. He became UGC chairman. No single professor in India better than Yashpal. I had the opportunity to talk to him and then meet him. You know, if he gives a talk, if he dictates something, a PS can take it down and directly it can go to press. Not even a single grammatic correction. Not in physics alone. His grammar, English, vocabulary, the words which he uses is fantastic. We have wonderful people in this world. And what is that they have? Capacity to learn. Capacity to learn and share. Learn and share as much as we can. That's what is essential. When you live in this country, when you live for an organization, we must live for the organization. And believe that. Doesn't matter how long you live. But once they shift to somewhere else, they have got full commitment. Once they shift from that place to another place, they have full commitment. And they show their presence. Otherwise, 18 years somebody works, we don't even remember. There are a lot of people who left this place, right? But what is essentially required is when you don't get a promotion. People keep asking, sir, I did not get a promotion. Even at the highest level, some head PNG or maybe head purchase and stores, people also come and tell me, no, I did not get promotion, I did so well. Yes, good, there is only one chair. There are 6 people. How many people can sit in that? How many people can sit in that? Only one, right? So there is a another 3-4 buffaloes or donkeys who are supposed to select this man to sit there. Correct, no? These people are not the greatest. They are not the ultimate people who decide that who can sit in that post. Yes or no? We ask few questions which you know, we may not know. It's easy to ask questions, you know that? Who are the Pancha Pandavas? Eh? You will get 100 and 100. You will say who are the 5 Kauravas? Out of 100 you cannot even name 5. It's very easy to make somebody fail, very easy to make somebody pass. I have written a book on education. Only one book in India on adaptive learning. 2 years I was academic staff college director. I spoke to 40 B.Ed colleges. I visited 300 schools and colleges in 365 days when I was a director. Every day morning I go to some school and in the afternoon I will come to office. That's why I was doing the job. I have written a book. It was a tapas for me to learn what is education and what is teachers training. I finished all the B.Ed and M.Ed syllabus, studying everything in a year. Another half year I have written a book on adaptive learning. How to get adapted to the students so that you can become the best teacher. Only one book in India. Principles and practices, pedagogies in learning and teaching through web and internet. And I gave the book title as Adaptive Learning. Published by Discovery Publishers, 475 rupees is the cost. I went and presented the interview board, Adaptive Learning. One of the board members says, there is no adaptive learning, there is only adaptive teaching. I said, thank you, bye bye. I have nothing to tell to you. So what happens most of the time, you cannot present yourself as the best. Other person cannot present themselves as best. They must have ears. God has given 2 ears to listen. Many people don't even listen. And therefore what happens, maybe a fit candidate feel unfit for the chair. Maybe you are too fat, you cannot sit in the chair. Right, no? And there are many other chairs available outside. Why do you worry about this chair? Kit, if you are good. If you are good, kit, that's all. And that capacity you must have. Acquire as much knowledge as you can wherever you are doing. Learn. There may be 100 employees in your office. If there is a rule position to be known, who will come to whom? Not the highest, but to the person who knows the rule, right? Does it not happen in your office? Is it not? Say, remember when one of the center director gave a performance evaluation. What is the performance evaluation of your employees in your office? One of the center director in ISRO, during MPR Panikar's evaluation, he gave 25%. That means 75% people are idle, not working, or the real capacity is not shown, right? Most of the offices, only few people work and they work very hard. And this office is running just because of those small margin of people. And all of them are paid. Here donkey and horse is given same food. 20% extra is given for good. Everybody gets, every buffalo will get it. Yes sir. You can survive in this office without even working also. It's not that difficult. Only thing, if you just listen to the boss and then say yes sir, and then do everything for him, you will get a good CR. And once you have a good CR, interview board doesn't matter. We are wonderful people, the highest of the highest office. They don't understand the basic principles of talking. I remember when somebody's brother died. He was sitting in the guest house, almost in tears. One of the center director came, oh, your brother died? And he said, yes. So next to you. See, what he means is, if the brother is next to you or not. Not a small fellow, center director. Think that he is English. If somebody can become center director with this English, you see the status of an organization. I am not trying to say that he has to have a good vocabulary and he should have a good, at least minimum grammar he should have, right? Communication skill has to be there. And this organization feel flexible, complementary, where the merit is the highest. And how can somebody become a scientist at a different level where he cannot even present himself? This happens. But with all this organization is wonderful. You know why? 20%, 25%. They are real contributors. This happens in most of the places. So we can find all problems around. Just look at Shah Center where the satellite goes up. So great. We are in an organization with all that activity which is happening around. I remember during Chandrayaan day, Chandrayaan launching, I was with the cabinet secretary. So I was in Delhi. So somebody wanted in All India Radio Delhi for a normal question from the public. Somebody has to be in the studio. So they went and wrote to the office there. Then the office people said you need to take permission from chairman, then only he can sit. And somebody said there is one Shashi Kumar, he don't care all this, you can call him. Anyway, I am not in space department, I am on deputation. Even I am on deputation, I am supposed to take permission. I said forget about it, yeah. If I make some controversy or some bad statement only, I will be caught, right? I am not doing anything wrong. And there is no time. I am sure during the Chandrayaan day you take permission from chairman. Will he be available for signing this? And from whom should I take up permission? I said don't care, I am there. I went there. And I went there and the questions are so good, many people will start criticizing the activity. As a space department person, I am supposed to justify what we are doing. Right? But I know there is an economic program. There is an economic... I am also into social service. I am also into social service. I know society. I know problems in the country. But as an organization, the development which we are doing is much, much higher than what anybody could think. You know, there is a proverb which generally says in development, the technology comes first and the development comes fast behind it. Generally it says that your requirement is what is leading to discovery. Is it not? There is a proverb which says invention, necessity is the mother of invention. That's wrong.
Wrong?
Yeah. Did you really wanted a cell phone and therefore somebody invented the cell phone? Do somebody wanted a so you have got a TV, right? This TV is much thicker, right? Are you happy with this TV? Yes. But today what happened? We have slim TV, right? Do somebody really wanted a slim TV and therefore slim TV came? Or there was a technology and therefore people wanted slim TV? Technology, which goes faster. Invention do not go behind a requirement. Invention happens first and then this saying that I have got a fun to say. Earlier TV used to be fat, people used to be slim. But today people are faster and faster and TV is slim. They don't even move, right? We don't use our own capability. If every one of us use our capability to 100%, what would be the state of this country? The other day I went to NIT Hamirpur. You know what's Hamirpur? Shimla, closer to that. No, Uttaranchal. But reaching there was 10 hours drive through the ghat. Very horrible. They called me for as the chief guest for the Tech Fest for students activity. Mechanical engineering MTech is also there. So they asked me to give one nice competition. So the competition which I gave was bike stripping. You know what's bike stripping? Take a motorbike, remove every nut and bolt, and then ask the mechanical engineers to set it back. None of them could do. And they call themselves as mechanical engineers. They cannot even repair their own motorbike. We have electronics engineers, they cannot repair their own cell phone or TV. We have computer engineers. We have thousands of computer engineers. Still you have to give for maintenance. You know who comes for maintaining it? 10th class fellow. With an ITI or probably 6 months training. Why? This is what is professionalism. Forget about all that. In your job, how professional you are. Assume that you do an evaluation yourself. You have book and paper and pen, right?
Yes.
Take a note. Take a page. Write down roles. If you don't have, mentally you write down. Write down role. What are the roles which you have? Write down what are the roles. You understand what the role, right? What are different roles which you have in your life? What are different roles which you have in your life? You are an employee? Yes, that's one role. Second, you are a mother. Second role. Third, wife. Second, daughter. And neighbor, right? Sister, brother, friend, enemy. So many roles you have, right? Write at least 5 of them. 5 roles which you have in your life.